is the scariest paranormal experience you've ever had? When I moved into my house, I already had the tick that seemed to follow me. I got this house when my eldest, a boy, was 1 year, 11 months, and 25 days old. The house was built in the early 1950s for the demobbed UK soldiers who needed housing for themselves and their families. There was a POW hospital camp in the grounds of the manor house about 500 yards away. There were German POWs. More than that, I don't know. I must look it up. I only know that because of the local names, Lutz, Fitz, and Reichel, etc., which come from some of the POWs and a map I saw as a kid. Last week, I found a jar with a powdered egg label buried in my garden. I love the thought that my house has a history, and that I know at least part of it. The night I moved in, the taps in the bathroom turned themselves on. I was exhausted, thought it was down to water pressure, turned them off, and went to bed. The next night, after the tick had gone quiet, the taps, both bath and both sink, in the bathroom turned on again. Again, I turned them off, and I thought about water pressure making taps leak. This went on for well over a week, and I rang the water board and the council, who owned the house. The council said they'd send someone out to put new washers in the taps, while the water company said that the water pressure was normal for my area. The new washers were duly fitted to all the taps in the house, and for one night, there was peace. The following night, the taps turned on again. This time full blast. I assumed it was my son playing in the new house. The next night, I waited till my son was hard and fast asleep and sat on the landing, my back against the bathroom door, reading a book, waiting to catch him getting up in the middle of the night. Tss! The taps turned and the toilet flushed. I almost cribbed my pants and realized that Morgan was innocent. The taps were a nightly event for the next 4 years, including the following. After I'd lived here for 2 years with Morgan and my partner, now my ex, I had my second child, Marissa, a girl. We had her in our room, in a cot, for the first 11 months, but on the day she climbed over the safety bar and slid to the floor saying, "Mummy, got out," we put her in a big girl bed, the other bedroom, with my son. The first morning, I went to get Marissa dressed in the bedroom and she said, "Harry naughty." Her relationship with Harry seemed to grow over the next year or so, and by the time she was 2, she was telling me that Harry plays at bedtime. Good grief, I must sound like a dipsit, but I thought it was an imaginary friend. The taps were still being turned on every night, remember, despite the councilmen coming back several times. And then when Marissa was 2 1/2, my partner met someone else and moved out. Now, apart from the ticking noise that still came from behind my dresser, there was silence once the kids were in bed. No more Harry? Yay! When Morgan was 13 and Marissa was 8, I met my new partner. He started staying over quite quickly as he and my kids seemed to get on well. As soon as he did, Harry returned with a vengeance. Now, not only did the taps turn on and the toilet flushed every night, but I could hear what I thought was my kids playing on the landing and tapping on my bedroom door in the middle of the night. I would get out of bed and hear a muted thud, thud, thud as of them running back to bed, and by the time I got to their door, they'd be fast asleep, and I'd say something like, "Stay in the bed now, please, or you'll make me cross," then that would be it for the night. When I fell pregnant with my third child, my partner moved into our house full-time, and Harry really ramped it up, slamming into the bedroom door, even opening it when the latch had never slipped before, then bumping into the bathroom where the taps and toilet would go berserk, giggling noises and the sound of little feet up and down the stairs. There was never anyone there. About a week into the total chaos that now reigned my house, Marissa came to me and said, "Harry's a little boy in shorts, a pajama top, and a cub cap. He sits on my bed and tells me how bad he feels about Malcolm moving in." By now I was starting to get the idea that Harry may not be all that imaginary and that maybe he was the cause of all the fuss in the bathroom and on the landing. I said to myself, well, if what Marissa says is right, then he's just a little boy, and I came up with an idea. The next night, I put the kids to bed and got ready. I was totally worn out, but I knew I had to stay awake till he started. Creak, loose floorboard on the landing, groan, bathroom door opening. Bzzz, taps go open, giggling. I said, Harry, if you don't go to bed, right now, I'll come out and box your ears. Silence. Bliss. Smiling face. In the morning, I got up and went down to make breakfast. Do you know what happens when you put your hand on a steamed window or a bathroom mirror? It leaves a clear handprint on steamed-up glass. Even if it clears, then steams up again, the handprint is still there and the glass still steamy. All the windows were clear, except the one at the bottom of the stairs that had a steamy handprint on clear glass, like the bathroom mirror thing, but in reverse. We all saw it, me, Malcolm, Morgan, and Marissa. It faded through the day over about 6 hours and never came back. Neither did Harry.